Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your tarot and oracle reading for the week of September 18th to the 24th, 2023. First card out for you is called Courage from Archangel Ariel, and it says, "Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs." So we are seeing you, I'm seeing you standing up for your goals in life and continuously going after them, even when there are challenges and setbacks. And you could have had goals for years or months now, and you're still not giving up. You're being courageous, you're putting yourself out there. This may also be a week for you to just be bold and communicate your feelings to people, whatever they may be: anger, jealousy, love, affection, whatever it may be. You are putting yourself out there. I'm seeing an opening of your throat chakra may be significant. You may be doing throat chakra meditations, or if you're not, maybe that may be something that you want to look into. In order to be more bold in the way that you speak and communicate, you may be practicing the art of sharing your opinion. And instead of constantly making space for other people in your life, what if you made space for yourself and your opinions? This is something that a lot of divine feminine people need to work on, honestly, in this world, because our voices have been shut for so long. When there are people who are actively trying to shut you up, it's because you have something that's very important to talk about and to share. And I see in the collective a kind of shift taking place where many people will begin, and you'll see this for the next few months, I feel this very strongly. Many people will begin to speak up more. Do you remember the Me Too movement and how big that was? I feel something similar coming in the next couple of months and the next year ahead. This is just pure intuition. It's something that spirit kind of universe told me will be happening. It's what I feel in the collective. A lot of women and divine feminine energies, people who, have alternative gender expression and ways of expressing themselves, ways of living, will be speaking up more. And there's kind of a shift taking place where the masculine energies of this world, whether they're divine or toxic, has really had the floor to speak and exist and do what they want for a very, very long time. I think we can all agree for that. And no one's trying to take away that power. No one's trying to take away that privilege. We're just trying to give that same power and privilege to divine feminine energies. And if you're watching a tarot reading, I just want to say that there's like a 99.9% chance that you have a lot of divine feminine energy in you, even if you identify as the most masculine man on the planet. Okay, you are into tarot, and that is a very divine feminine thing to be into. So we see you this week starting to awaken and kind of realize at a core level of your being that you have opinions that are worth sharing. How you view things in life, that's worth sharing. Your story is worth sharing. And I feel like a crown chakra awakening happening for you as well, where you're starting to see the ways in which you may have been shutting yourself up or making a lot of room for other people to feel heard. You may have perfected the art of being a good listener and asking questions to get people to keep talking, but are you filling that space yourself? Are you making room for yourself as well? Are you being yourself? Or is the way that you dress, the way that you act, frequently an accommodation of the environments that you find yourself in? Are you thinking, well, I'm going to be around these types of people, maybe I should dress and act this certain way? It's a very subconscious thing that we do. I even find myself doing that sometimes too. Like, okay, I'm going to be around some more conservative people, maybe I shouldn't have my titties out today. And, I'm trying to unthink that way of thinking. If my nipples want to be the star of the show, then let them, let me be myself. Let me dress the way I want to dress, regardless of the people who are going to be around me. Because you know what? Maybe what I have to offer, maybe my voice, my opinions, my way of dressing is just what those people need to mix things up in their life, to mix up the energies and see the world from a broader perspective. You being you, unapologetically, will expand the conscious awareness of those around you and who interact with your energy. And I'm seeing you really cultivating a lot of courageousness to be yourself and to make room for yourself. That's what I'm seeing this week. Pretty intense. Next, we see the fates coming through with the number 17. So the 17th is the Sunday before this week. It may be very significant for you in some way. There may be some sort of sale or goal acquisition or conversation that happens for you that Sunday before this week on the 17th that will bring you closer to your dreams, to your reality. I am seeing here goal acquisition is coming up strongly for you. The life that you envision for yourself, you are making that life more of a reality this week for sure. You are heading in the right direction with that. You're pulling your fate down into your reality this week. So really positive stuff coming out today. We have the Whispers of Spring from the Fairy Oracle. Now there is a whole booklet that goes along with this oracle, but I'm just going to read them intuitively today. And I love the imagery on this card. We see some flowers budding, about to explode, about to open up. I'm seeing this energy somewhere in your life where like something's about to explode in a positive way. Just like in the springtime, all of the buds are, just about to explode and open up, and there's going to be colors everywhere. I am seeing similar energy in your life where it's like, for example, if you're dating, it's like you're getting to know each other, things are warming up a little bit, you're starting to kind of fall for them. That's the same energy of having like those little flower buds about to explode with like, here are all my feelings, like let's dive into this, you know what I mean? Or like with your goals, you may be setting up a nice foundation for achieving your goals or starting a business or doing something like that, really starting to put in consistent work and effort and see little baby steps of your goals coming into fruition this week. And you just intuitively sense that this is about to explode because like you have set up the proper foundation for abundance to flow in. And I just really, really feel like there's these whispers all around you about something that's about to explode for you in a positive way. And I'm getting chills as I'm saying this. And this will be different for all of you. So listen to your own intuition. For some of you, this may be a relationship that you really have an intuitive feeling. This could really be something serious here. This has a lot of potential, and I'm starting to warm up to this person and really get some feelings here. That may be what's about to explode, with all these feelings and coming out about these feelings to each other. Or if you've been working on a business, on a project, it just feels like you're on the precipice of something really big happening. Okay, we're gonna get some tarot now. 9 cards, 3 rows of 3, and we have the Lovers coming out as your first card. Yeah, it's a lovely week for love. I have seen definitely quite a few of you watching. Romance will be a part of this week for you. Specifically, I am seeing you saying yes to someone and someone saying yes to you, feelings being declared, and the next chapter of romance being awakened in a very conscious way this week for some of you, literally having a conversation yes, I want to be with you, yes, I want to commit to you, yes, let's take this a step further. I'm also seeing decisions to let go of anything that is getting in the way of your dreams this week. For example, if you're just dating casually and you're seeing multiple people, you may really be falling for one of those people and you're like, you know what? I'm going to clear all the other people out of my life. I'm going to commit to this person because I really like where this is going. So I am seeing that energy. Or if it's a goal that you have that you really want to work on, or a side business or side hustle, you may be thinking, you know what? I want to clear out some things in my life so I have more time to focus on this because I really feel like this is going somewhere great. So I'm seeing you saying a big resounding yes to something. And after you say yes to that and you kind of clear the room for it to explode, it will explode for you. Second card out is the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Unexpected positive blessings is what I'm seeing here. Also, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with people kind of just sharing their feelings to you, giving you compliments, showering you with love and affection that you really didn't expect this week. I see that. I'm also seeing here the Wheel of Fate turning for you, and it's just going to be a lucky, lucky week, Taurus. So lucky. Things you can't even predict here. Whenever the Wheel of Fortune comes out, it's almost an unpredictable energy. There's something, fate is just changing things up. You're a co-creator with reality, and it's you make a move, the universe makes a move because you're one and the same, and everything around you is a reflection of your own energy. You're making moves out here, and now it's the universe's turn, think of it as a chess game. You make a move, the universe reacts. You react to the universe's move, they react to yours, and then it just goes back and forth because you're one in the same. you're two different versions or concepts of the same entity. And I am seeing that move being made this week where it's like, holy crap, I made my moves and now the universe is working for me, moving for me. This is something that is just going to be approaching you. It's not something that you need to strive, force, or chase. There's an unexpected blessing or blessings coming forward to you. Like customer, if you have a business, for example, customers coming to you. You don't, reach out and DM them and like try to be salesperson-y with them. Like they come to you like, hey, I want your business. Okay, now it's not saying you can't do that, but I am seeing unexpected people just coming to you with how they feel, what they want from your energy, and how they're going to benefit you, and having some sort of energetic exchange here. There is going to be spontaneous movements, spontaneous blessings coming through, so be open to that. Leave a little room in your schedule this week for magic. I also want to say, like, don't book every single minute of every single day this week, because I do see some unexpected opportunities that come forward that you may want to be prepared for. So leave a little room in your schedule, leave a little extra money in your wallet just in case something magical happens. Third card out is the King of Wands in reversed. Okay. So we see a fire energy person here. Masculine, could be older than you. This person may have had a really hard time sharing their feelings in the past, or they may have literally even told you, like, I struggled with sharing feelings in the past. One thing I want to say is it's actually quite a green flag to me when someone can admit where they went wrong in the past. So if you have someone here telling you, like, hey, I'm just letting you know I struggled with this in the past, something that you can ask is, what are you doing in the present moment to correct this behavior about yourself that you're so worried about? Some of you may be a little bit on edge because someone is literally admitting their faults to you, which is a good idea. People are usually very truthful, and with every relationship, with every connection we have with another human, most of the time they're going to tell you exactly where they stand with you. For example, in the beginning of dating and relationships, someone might literally say, I am afraid of commitment. Okay, that is not a challenge for you to change their mind. That is, okay, I'm going to listen to you. I hear you. You're afraid of commitment. Let's end things here because I want commitment. That's the secure and grounded response to that behavior. Now, if they're saying, I was afraid of commitment and I am trying to overcome that part of myself right now, that's a bit of a different story, because they're admitting an area of their life where they struggled in the past, and they're telling you, I want to change this about myself, and they may even list the ways in which they're trying to change. That's a completely different story, and not only that, I feel like that is so hot. Like that, a self-aware person who's working on themselves is like, mwah, all you need, because this is someone who's not going to give up. They understand that things continuously can get better and better over time if you work towards it. The grass is green where you water it, where you focus on growing it. So that's a green flag. But it depends on the person, okay, and exactly what they're telling you. Second row out, fourth card is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like in the past, you really struggled with a balance of give and take, and I feel like you've been going out of your way to seek out that equal give and take in people. I'm also getting like a sense of gratitude that some of you carry, because like you didn't realize until you met someone or until you got into a certain job or a certain environment that you were struggling before. It's kind of like this energy where maybe you always had like a toxic employer your whole life, like every job that you worked at, it was just toxic, and they tried to like get you working like 80-hour weeks and things like that, and underpaying you, and refusing you breaks, which is illegal. And then it's like you find your way into a really healthy job, and you didn't even like accept that job because of the healthy atmosphere, just like, this is a better opportunity, whatever. And then like bonus they're also really good employers and treat you right, and you have breaks, suddenly you're being paid accordingly, suddenly you're allowed to take your breaks and it's encouraged. It's like, whoa, thrown for a loop here. I'm seeing a sense of gratitude that many of you are carrying, because it feels like there's someone or something in your life who does right by you without even having to be asked, and it's like a little surprise for you. You're like, I would have settled. It's a situation where I'm seeing like, I would have settled for less. You're saying that. Like, I would have settled for less. So it's pleasantly surprising. And it kind of has you realizing, why would I have settled for less? It's like a new experience for you. Like, I've never had someone who has done these things for me, or I have never been in a situation that treated me this well. It's a pleasant surprise. I would have accepted less, but now that I am exposed to this, like, there's no going back to the way that I was. So I don't know. I'm seeing that come through. Center of your spread is the Knight of Pentacles in reversed here. One thing I want to say is I feel the energy kind of shifting drastically within you. It feels like in the past you would have settled for someone who was very slow to give you commitment, or you would have settled in a job that was very slow to give you raises or treat you right. Like, you would have settled in the past for something that was very slow moving, not knowing what they want with you, not really offering you anything solid and grounded. You would have settled for that. I feel that you are changing though, and you are exposed to better. And now it's like you're no longer attracted to that behavior. You're no longer wanting that anymore. And I feel like your days of being codependent or settling for less than you deserve, it's over. You feel it shifting within you. You're even becoming less attracted to that behavior in other people and in jobs and situations like that. And there's no going back. Like, you are not attracted to that anymore. Like, you will no longer accept people and situations that give you less than what you deserve. And I think there's a beautiful soulmate or contract that came into your life that taught you that, They brought you this lesson with a lot of gentleness. There's karmic relationships that teach us lessons through trauma and drama. And then there's soulmate relationships who teach us lessons simply by loving us and being gentle with us. And I feel like there was a soulmate job or relationship or friendship or like lover that came into your life and kind of showed you through example what you deserve and how you should be treated, which is kindly and abundantly and generously and balanced. And that is how you learn that lesson. And now you are kind of like no longer wanting to go back to the old karmic relationships and situations that were very heavy and stressful. Sixth card out is the King of Pentacles upright. A domestic argument outside, and I feel like that's part of your reading because King of Pentacles came out upright, right underneath the King of Wands in reversed here. So I feel like this is kind of playing into that same message of like you're no longer wanting to go back to the arguing, the toxicness, the unfairness, the imbalance. You're no longer attracted to it and you're moving on. You are really becoming attracted to security, emotionally stable, consistent, abundant energies in your life where you have more than enough love, affection, money to live. That's what you're craving now. Some of you I'm seeing, if this is like a marriage, for example, you are really losing attraction to your spouse if they exhibit these behaviors of like unbalanced give and take and not really ever committing to plans. Maybe they cheated on you in the past, they weren't committed. I feel like you're really losing interest in them for a select few of you, right? Others of you, like you may be in a new relationship or even an old one that's been lasting for years or whatever, and you're just thinking back on the past and how grateful you are for this new person in your life, for being so different from what you've experienced. For some of you, this isn't even romance or relationship related at all. This could be work related. Like, why was I settling for so little in the past? So yeah, there is like a huge difference between your past and where you're at today in terms of what you're willing to accept. And because you're no longer willing to accept scraps, breadcrumbs, the universe isn't going to give you scraps and breadcrumbs. When you expect the whole loaf, the universe will deliver the whole loaf. When you settle for less than what you deserve, that's what the universe will give you. Look at Mother Nature. Mother Nature is abundant and lazy at the same time, okay? This is an awful example, but it's the only one that's popping into my head right now. But did you know that the skin around your anus is resistant to infection? Because obviously that's a very like dirty part of your body. So the skin has evolved in that area to be less resistant or more resistant to infection. Now you may think to yourself, why isn't just all of our skin resistant to infection? Wouldn't that make sense? Yes, it would make sense. However, Mother Nature is lazy. She is going to use her power, her capability, her calories for the things that are only important. You know, she is totally abundant and wasteful in all areas of life. You know, you look out at the fruit trees and they're just falling everywhere. There's hundreds of them, more than enough to go around. But at the same time, she will not expend energies towards things that aren't really required. And where was I going with that? Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. So when you energetically are in this place of, yeah, I'll accept the bare minimum, Mother Earth and the universe will give you the bare minimum, because they're like, okay, well, they don't need all this extra blessings and abundance, so we can give this to someone else who will. Same thing with like rotten fruit. Think of it like that. A fruit tree is totally abundant, more than enough to go around, but if no one eats the fruit that falls on the ground, it'll decompose, and then it'll be the food for the bugs and the worms and things like that that will decompose it into the ground. And I try explaining this to people all the time, because I'm a gardener and a lot of food goes to waste, and I'm like, it's not really going to waste, because at the end of the day, someone's going to eat it, whether it's the bugs, whether it is, you know, whatever. Anyways, yeah, when you decide that I deserve this is what I'm going to accept, this is my new bare minimum, that's what you'll receive. So final row out for you, 7th card, is the Queen of Cups, emotional security. Also, can I just say that the King of Pentacles is you? Like, this is your energy, so you're in your power this week. It's a really good week for you. And this Queen of Pentacles is coming out in the row of the Lovers, so I am seeing love being proclaimed this week and gratitude being proclaimed, especially from you. Like, you are feeling very grateful. You want to share that with the people and the situations that you're feeling very grateful for. And when you have a grateful heart, you know, the people who are on the receiving end of that gratitude, they just want to give more and more and more, because doesn't that feel good? It feels so good to give to other people, especially when they are so grateful. Like, think of a 5-year-old at Christmas time. Like, they are just so happy for all of their gifts, all of their toys, and it is just a delight to see them open it. You know what I mean? So when you have that pure gratitude, like, people are more willing to give to you. Things are more willing to give to you. Same thing psychologically. When you praise people strategically off of the behaviors that you want to see more of out of them, and you praise it in a way in which you are very specific about what they did and why it was great and the consequence of their action, which is like something positive, right? Because they did something positive, they are more likely to do that behavior again. Whereas when you are mean to someone because they did something wrong, that really doesn't do anything. It doesn't really do much psychologically, okay? It does some, but it's not as powerful as positive reinforcement. So, I don't know, I'm just seeing you using positive reinforcement with the universe at large, with everything in your life. And I just see love coming in. I see people admitting their feelings for a lot of you. I'm seeing newfound gratitude and appreciation, so it's really great. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, like, I'm seeing here, like, okay, I want to bring this spark back to life. Like, I really want to show my gratitude for this person. Like, let's go out more. Let's create new memories together. Let me clear away all the other stuff in my life that is preventing me from focusing on this beautiful connection, or this business, or this idea that I have. We have the Queen of Swords right next to the Queen of Cups. I'm seeing a powerful friendship here, or lesbians if you're a lesbian. Powerful friendship, powerful connection. Absolutely. We have 2 kings next to each other, 2 queens next to each other. There is a lot of maturity in the people around you at this time. And you know what's interesting? We have every single suit covered by a monarch here. We have the King of Wands in reverse, the only one that's in reverse, which is the King of Passion, the King of Creativity and Zest, and being able to communicate that effectively and be a good leader, which is why I see you working on this week, building that leadership up and being able to make a place in your reality for your voice. We have the King of Pentacles represented, which is just material blessings and comfort and your routine, your physical life at its most mature energy. We have the Queen of Cups, which is your emotions, your creativity, which is thriving at its highest maturity. And we have the Queen of Swords coming through, which is your intellect, your ideas, your clarity of mind and intentions at its highest maturity. So I feel like you have mastered 3 out of 4 of the areas of life. You have mastered water, air, earth, and now you're trying to master fire, which is that passion and leadership and that life force energy of making room for yourself and asserting yourself, just like fire. You know, fire doesn't care what's in its path. It will burn down whatever stands in its way because it loves itself. It burns radiantly, and you're learning how to master your fire, your leadership in the world. I almost feel like you're the avatar, and I believe, wasn't it true that the last element for him to master was fire? Yeah, very similar. If you've never watched that show, first off, it's amazing. I highly recommend it, especially if you're a spiritual minded person. It's a lovely show. I know it's technically made for children, but honestly, it's enjoyable for all ages, so watch it. Final card out is the Three of Cups in reversed. Okay, I'm seeing for some of you an ending of a friendship or a connection here. For example, this could be like an ex that you might have been holding out a friendship for, but you know, this person may have been very unequal in the past, not offering you solid commitment or solid growth forward. So it's like, why are you trying to make this friendship work when, you know, they did not make it work when they were the closest to you? You know what I mean? It's just, I am seeing you backing away from a friendship or even a certain hobby of yours in order to make more room and increase your RAM, your power, your drive for the people in your life and the things in your life that are currently working here today. So it's a beautiful week for you. Thank you guys for joining me. Like this video, comment your thoughts and feelings down below. How did this resonate with you? Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my spiritual life coaching sessions there and my goddess energy intention oil there. And watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus this week to get the fullest overview of the week ahead. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.